Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Amber, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. I hope you guys got my email, and you can jump on the Zoom if you'd like, or you can just watch this Facebook Live, and feel free to comment if you're watching this. I'm just going to make sure it's posted here in the group. 1 second. And if you are watching, please do me a favor and drop a comment so I know that you were here. Okay, we are here. All right. Post it in the event page. One second here. All right, post that. Okay, guys, I'm so excited to talk to you guys. So tell me, what did you do when Facebook was down the other day? Facebook and Instagram. I know I had a live plan that I had to cancel. And hey, guess what? When things happen like that, we just got to pivot. So today I want to talk to you guys about how to really, have a foolproof plan for your business, because the truth is you never know if that's going to happen again. You never know if it could happen for a longer period of time. I know one of my team members was in conversation with a ton of people that she couldn't reach, on Messenger. She didn't have their cell phone numbers or their emails or anything. So, it's kind of scary to think, what if it just goes down someday and all those people you had built relationships with, you don't have a way to reach them anymore. So I hope that this will encourage you to have some other plans for your business. All right. So first I'm going to share with you guys my screen. Now, I want to tell you guys something about me, which is that I spent probably around $80,000 trying to, figure out how to build a 6-figure income, and network marketing. And I tried a lot of different things. I never was one who would want to send out those "Hey girl" messages, do the traditional inviting. So I really have found different ways to build. And I know people had said, like, you can't do a business unless you're going to do this cold inviting. And people will tell you that. But really, if you learn all about attraction marketing, you will actually be able to figure this out. Now, hold on, make sure. Okay, good. Make sure my email went out to everyone. All right. Yes. So you actually can build a 6-figure income without doing spammy invites and messages, but you do have to build relationships. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen here. I made a little presentation here with Canva. So let me walk you guys through this today. All right. So we are going to talk about how to build your social media presence. By the end of this session, you guys are going to be able to know how to generate a list with your customers' phone numbers and emails. You're going to know how to discover your ideal customer who will buy from you, and how to really craft your messages to reach those people. And then what other social media platforms to use besides Instagram and Facebook. And I wouldn't suggest waiting until the next crash, to start using these. So, who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing here? So I'm a single mom of 3. I built a 6-figure business in network marketing. And it was through a lot of trial and error, a lot of training, a lot of coaching with top mentors. And I used to be in pharmaceutical sales prior to network marketing, but I wanted to be able to work from home and work from wherever I wanted. I used to see all these people in, health and wellness industry and sharing their journeys and, being able to work from wherever, at home with their kids. And I wanted that. And so I just kept trying and I kept learning, and I finally cracked the code and figured this out. I joined multiple companies on my way, mostly failed at them. So if you are one that has failed a lot of times, I just want to encourage you that it's not always going to be a failure. Sometimes it just takes the right product, the right company, the right timing, the right mentor to get you to that success level. So if you have, I don't care how many times you failed, like honestly, the last 2 companies I did, where I actually started having success, I was like, I suck at this. I'm not going to be able to do this. But social media had just kind of started to take off. And so I thought maybe this could be a different way, since I don't have to reach out to friends and family and do parties, to have success. So I've been able to win a lot of different trips with the companies. I think I've won like 8 so far, and built over a team of over 350 reps and thousands of customers. Currently, my other business, it was about 50. So doing this multiple times. Our team does over $100,000 in volume a month, so over $1 million a year. And I really learned all of this stuff, on my own through, watching webinars like this and hiring coaches and mentors and YouTube, watching YouTube videos and just Googling things and trying to really figure it out. So I hope to help shortcut your time, that you can just learn more quickly and avoid a lot of that I had to learn. So I'm going to be doing training here every week on Wednesdays. So I know that you guys probably have a lot of different trainings, so I will try to keep it concise and brief, but I want to be here for you every week. So today we're going to talk about, getting your ideal customers' emails and phone numbers without even having to ask them, how to find your customers who will buy from you, and then the social media channels outside of Instagram and Facebook. And I am supposed to have another call at 10:30, so I'm going to try to get through this quickly, and I know you're busy too, so let's go. So you guys, Facebook, Instagram went down. I've always worried about this happening. Now, it doesn't have to be, another internet outage. We have people like Shailene Johnson who have talked about how she had her whole Instagram account hacked and taken from her, and they would not give it back to her. She lost, I don't even know how many, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, all of her content. And that's a brutal hit. I've heard of other people on Facebook, same thing happening to them. They have maybe thousands of friends, all these conversations, all these photos, and in one swoop, it is just gone because someone hacks your account. And whatever, good luck trying to reach somebody at Facebook who's going to help you. I do recommend having that, what is it called? I'm blanking, but basically having those extra protections, where you have to basically get a text to log into your account from somewhere else. So I'm drawing a blank on the thing, but whatever. So there is some extra security measures you can get. It's called youll. That was driving me crazy. Sorry. Yeah. So just look on your privacy, and you want to make sure that you have your account set up so that you have to verify if someone logs in as you from somewhere else with a text code. So here's some different ways that you can collect emails and phone numbers from your ideal customers. So if you already have customers, then your company has a list for you in your back office. So I don't know if you guys already have customers, you may not even know this if you're newer to this industry, but in your back office, you should have an ability to pull up your customers' emails and phone numbers as long as they put those in there. Another idea is actually encouraging people to create an account. So sometimes you can run a contest just for them to create an account. And the great thing about that is if they create an account with you, then your company can advertise to them, and they actually might gain more interest in your products just from getting those free emails. So that's one way. Another way is to create a freemium. And so you all have, I'm sure, taken a freemium, which is like a freebie from the internet. So maybe it's a free, workout plan, or it's a free 7-day clean eating plan, or it's it's a hormone report or something. So all of these things online, they're smart. What they're doing is they're giving you something of value, something that you want, in order for them to get your email address or your cell phone number to, be able to market to you off Facebook and Instagram, because you don't own your account, guys. You own your list, though. When you create an email list, you actually will own that list. So you can create something like that. I used to have this thing. It was like a fast food guide, because when I was a pharmaceutical rep, I used to eat out every single day, and I lost a ton of weight. And so I would share that. And I actually recently pulled it out again and people still wanted it. So, it's just something that I kind of created based on something I was doing. And I'm sure you all have something like that inside of you that you have had success with, some hack that you figured out. And often we discount this. Often we look at the things that, we've had success within our life and we think everybody knows how to do that, but it's not true. You can really create something like, just a simple, like how to eat healthy at restaurants and fast food restaurants, and people will love that. So they will give you their email address for that. And then you'll have their email. You could even create a text service, like maybe it's a daily or weekly motivational quote for fitness or weight loss or clean eating or just life or mindset. And, that would be a good reason for people to want to give you their cell phone number and opt into that. You can do a contest. So you can literally give away something like a $25 Amazon card and have people give you your email for that. You can create a landing page to collect the data. And I know you may not know how to do that, so I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit later. And then you can also, one of my favorites really is Facebook groups. So you're all in a Facebook group watching this right now, right? So I have a ton of Facebook groups, and this is something I never expected to just blow up for me. But I have, I have this Beachbody buy sell trade group with 13,000 members. I have another group for a collagen drink, and that one has 8,000 members. And I have a bunch of other like health and wellness groups that I've created over the years that just have people continuing to come to them. So Facebook groups is a great way to collect emails. If they want to join your group, if you have a group that you want to create, it could be about clean eating, could be about fitness, could be about mindset. Then when they join your group, you have them enter their email and a little bit of information, and that helps you to collect leads, guys, leads that you don't even have to search for. They're finding you. And then in there, you do want to be able to add value, make some posts, go live so you can grow your group. But the great thing about this in Facebook groups is also people can add their friends to your group. And again, you're getting more leads and more emails that way. So example here is this. I did this webinar for free and I created a landing page like this, very simple to do. And people opted into that. And there they are. Come to my webinar. Now I have their email, phone number. And so you could create like a master class on a topic that you know about. You can create something like a clean eating plan, a fast food guide, a contest. So maybe they have to fill out the form to enter your contest. You could ask some questions here as well. You could ask something about their health goals or what's one thing they're working on. Maybe that's what they have to do to get into your drawing, is fill out a little bit of a survey for you. And you could create like a daily checklist. So people love to check off things and track. So I can help you guys with kind of deciding what you want to create, but I hope this gives you some ideas and gets those ideas pumping. So if they're pumping right now, write down some notes and, write them down while you're thinking about them right now. So, and I will talk to you guys more about how you would create this. So as far as contests go, is it worth like $25 to add 25 names to your email list? They say that every single email you collect is worth like $30 per email. Now, I think that's a little exaggeration, but honestly, it's worth a lot of money because this is evergreen. You kind of collect it once, and then you have this person, your contact list for life. I mean, obviously people come and go into your list, but you can then market them and add value to their life and become somebody that they like and trust, know and trust, which is really the key factor when it comes to being able to sell. People have to know you and like you and trust you. So what can you give away? It doesn't have to be super expensive. One of the most popular giveaways I ever did was a gallon water jug. So they're like this big jug, it's a gallon. They sell them they have them on Amazon. They're like $20 or $16. I'm gonna do like a water challenge and give away a free water jug. People will give you their email for that. Even like a jade roller. Have you guys seen those jade rollers that they have on on Amazon. They're just amazing for your skin. They're only like $12. So that's a great giveaway. Give them some of your product to try or a gift card. And this can be a great way to collect emails. And then again, the Facebook group email collector. So this is my group and I have 117 requests, for example. And when they join, you can see here, I can see this person. I can see if we have mutual friends. I can see if we're in the same groups, and then I can get her email address. So this is just an endless flow of leads. Now, let's talk about finding your ideal customer. So now I'm going to keep this training kind of short today, guys, because I don't want to overwhelm with too much information, but I would love to know your questions from what you're learning here today. So when you're trying to think of your ideal customer, the biggest problem I see today is that people try to speak to everybody. They think everyone is a prospect, everyone can buy. And that can be so overwhelming because if you think of everyone buying, you can just feel almost like overwhelmed by going out and talking to anyone because you're like, they could be a prospect. Should I be talking to them about my product? And it takes a lot of the joy out of it. But when you start to hone in on your ideal customer, it makes your life a lot easier. So, and it also makes your social media more successful. So an ideal customer is usually you at a prior point in time. So maybe you're obviously in a business for some kind of reason, and usually it's personal. So you got to take it back to when you first started. If you're like a health coach and you started on a product for a certain reason, maybe it's for better digestion or to lose some weight or to help you with your joints or for your skin to look better. What was the reason you started back on this product? That's usually the story that you're going to tell to get more customers. And there's usually a lot of layers to it. Or you can start to use other customers' experiences that aren't always yours. Because I was in pharmaceutical sales, so we didn't have to necessarily be the patient that had the problem that we're trying to solve. In fact, that was the opposite. We were not supposed to do that, especially take the medication and talk about your own experience. That was a big no-no in pharma. But what we did was we used real patient stories and clinical studies. So you don't have to be the one that had a great experience. You just have to share other people had this experience. So one great thing to do is brainstorm, what problem does your product solve? People don't care about what your product does, really. They don't care. They don't care about what it is. They care about what it does. So a lot of times people list off all these ingredients or all this clinical information, but the truth is they want to know what is it going to do for them. So writing that down, what is the problem it solves? It helps them to, helps them to feel better, helps them to look younger, helps them to, lose weight more easily. It helps them to know exactly what to eat to boost their metabolism, those kind of things. So what does it do? And you could write down a whole list. What gender is it for? How would it help a woman? How would it help a male? What are the problems that they're facing? What are the things that they're thinking about? What age group do you want to target? So for me, when I was starting off as a health coach, it's funny because I started thinking that the people that would buy from me were people that were extremely overweight. And the truth is I was just the kind of person that needed to lose that last 10 pounds. And that's ended up being what I end up attracting is a lot of people that just want to lose that last 10 pounds. And so, or they were going on a vacation in a couple of months and they wanted to look their best. So they would buy from me, to get the result that I had been looking for or lose the baby weight. And so those were it was my age group in the 30 to 40 range. And then it was people that want to lose 10 to 20 pounds for the most part. So focusing your message on those people is going to hone in on those kind of people rather than just talking about obesity in general when maybe you don't even have a lot of friends that are necessarily obese, right? So pick an age group that you want to focus on when you're first getting started, especially, and just trying this out. If you're not having success, I want you to try this out and for a good amount of time and start to see what happens, because people will start to pick up on it after you do this for a while. And what's your story? So you got to learn to tell your story effectively to build a relationship with your audience. And next Wednesday, I'm going to do a training specifically on how to tell your story to really connect with your audience. And then what are the pain points? So pain drives people to action. So pain right now for people, I mean, obesity is a huge problem right now. We're having this whole, with COVID, even knowing that people have a higher risk of being sick if they're obese. So pain point could be looking in the mirror and not liking what they see, or pain point could be like seeing a picture of themselves and they're shocked at how big they look. Pain point, not being able to fit into their clothes anymore. And that is going to drive, I remember this time when I tried on every pair of pants and I couldn't button up a single one of them. And that's when I knew I had to take some action or go buy new pants, and so the pain will drive people to action. You got to share those pain points that you had in the past and how you've overcome them or how others have overcome them. And then, how you take these things and you start to add value based on that. So the problem, for example, could be like belly fat is a big problem. So if you want to sell a product that will help with reducing belly fat, then you want to talk about why belly fat is a problem, that it's an indicator of greater health issues, that it could be from visceral fat that's down in their organs. And what are some of the things that raise that? It's stress, it's eating, it's alcohol, cortisol levels. And so how do they actually, reduce that? Maybe it's not just a product, but it can be other things, and you can educate them on that. And when they start, those people, when they start to see things that actually add value, like they learn something from you, they're actually more likely to listen to you and buy from you. And then last of all, we're going to talk about these social media platforms. So, Facebook and Instagram is not the only place you can find people. And honestly, there are some places that you could find some gems of people that no one else is hitting up. So, TikTok is blowing up, and I'm curious if you use TikTok, let me know. So you can grow a massive audience through TikTok. The key with TikTok again is niching down. So kind of like what we talked about. Are you going to be the mom that helps women, with hair growth post baby loss or post baby after they had their baby? Or it could be like, mom that helps lose weight after a child loss. That could be one. It could be very niche down. It could be, those women that are just turning 40 that are starting to have hormonal problems. So you want to find kind of a niche, something that you are passionate about, and it's usually connected to you, and focus on that. And if you have a business account, you can actually have a link in your bio, which you won't be able to have if you don't have a business account. Hey, Heather, I hope you weren't waiting too long. I just saw that come up. I just saw you pop up, so I hope you weren't there too long. Okay. So on TikTok, their algorithm requires that you would have a milkshake link. And if you don't know what a milkshake link is, I would just go and Google it, or you look it up on YouTube and you'll learn how to use that. But the only thing about having a business account on TikTok is it doesn't allow you to use a lot of the viral sounds. So you kind of got to decide if you're going to do TikTok as a business account, you're probably going to want to be just creating your own content a lot rather than doing a lot of little fun songs and dances. All right. But you can really grow. TikTok doesn't always have to be just about like being funny and doing these little dances. There are people on there that are just talking, that are just like sharing a 1-minute health tip. I just saw this doctor on there yesterday sharing about hormones, and it was super interesting. And so, as what you do with TikTok is you actually start to find the things that you really like to watch, and then it'll start to build an algorithm for you, and then you kind of model after that. And if you guys like this and you want to like have some specific like training on TikTok or YouTube or Bumble or whatever, let me know, because I'd love to create some more trainings like specifically on these things or bring in some experts on this. So YouTube is also something that is never saturated. I know, I don't care how many people in your business have a YouTube channel, you can still have a YouTube channel about the same thing. I had this mindset for the longest time that everyone's doing it already. Oh, it's already been done. And it was a bad mindset because you have your own personality and your own spin on things that can attract different people. And so whatever your passion is, if it's meal prepping, if it's healthy food for your family, if it's fashion, whatever it is, often you can tie it back to your you want to be able to tie it back to your business or product, but creating content on YouTube, you don't even have to have anything super fancy for your opening. Like I have a video about an online dating site, and it's gotten me like 72 subscribers and like 5,000 views, and it's nothing too fancy, but sometimes you can upload a few videos and you'll see what ones actually get some views. And you can use keywords like when you're creating your YouTube channel and you upload your video, it gives you an opportunity to put in the title and keywords. That's the most important part, is to make sure that whatever you're talking about in your video, you have those keywords and you have that in your title. And then YouTube's going to do the work for you and serve up your video for people that are looking for what you're talking about. So then you want to put a link in your bio here on the YouTube, like to you, to add you on Facebook or Instagram or another platform, or email you, or a link to your business. Now, Bumble is interesting. So Bumble's a dating app, but they have actually different settings where you don't have, you could even be married and be on there, but you could just access the Bumble friends or the Bumble networking side of things. And I found that to be really helpful. I've actually tried all of these things because I love to try new things and see how they work. And I've been able to get customers on every single platform here. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. Customers or reps. So, networking on Bumble, like honestly, people are open to it. They'll want to sit down, they'll have coffee with you. Often they might want to talk to you about their business too, but you can really find some great connections this way, and people that are actively looking for like adding income streams and connecting with people. And then LinkedIn, same thing. People are there. I'm sorry for my typo. People are there to network and connect. If you're like a health coach, for example, you could tie in health and wellness into the workplace. So even though people are there mostly like from corporate America, you still have coaches and things. So you could just be tying in your message into work and how these things matter to peak performance and being your best, in your career. So as long as you're not being spammy, like talking about things that are really like MLM-y or like, too much on your product, if you're just adding value, you'll start to grow a following on there and people will want to have connections with you. You can let them know what you do, and you can ask for referrals. Again, you want to choose a niche here. And then Alignable, I was doing Alignable for a while, and I actually got some good contacts. I actually got a doctor in my business from this, and it's a local networking. So it's really cool because you can find a lot of people like real estate agents or insurance agents or med spa owners or whatever. Again, it's nice to have a niche. So say you want to help real estate agents lose some weight or be able to, exercise in a 20-minute period, or maybe they want to lose the belly fat, right? Let's just face it, everyone needs to lose weight. Most, like 80% of people are overweight. So it's a good example to use. You could be that health coach on there that's connecting with them and saying, oh, what health goals are you working on? What are your challenges? I know you're really busy. How do you find time? And, you could be that resource for them that's offering them something that will work. And if they do have a membership fee, I think you can add a few people without the membership fee, but if you want to add more, you can pay. And then Pinterest, of course, is really great to upload your content. So if you're already creating content for, Facebook, Instagram, you could just add that to Pinterest as well. And then just create, you can just put your link in that bio and think about it. If people save that or share that, then your link is going to stick with it. There are obviously more platforms, but those would just be the ones I thought to talk about today. So next Wednesday, I'm going to do a training on creating your story. And it's gonna be an awesome training. I'm gonna give you guys a worksheet to work off of. It's gonna help you create a post that is gonna be amazing. So it's gonna be 11 elements to a powerful story. We're gonna have you create a hook that will make people listen and, write your story post, and you're gonna have it done by the end of the call. So it will be an hour next week. And then I do have a upcoming workshop that I am doing. It's called the Build It Workshop. And so you'll create your avatar. This is gonna be over a weekend. So it's actually gonna be Friday, October 15th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then Saturday, the 16th from 9 to 1. And we're gonna really be like working on these things and helping you to get them done in the workshop. So you'll be like ready to launch with these things. Help you to create your avatar. I'm going to do a one-on-one call with each of you for 30 minutes before the workshop. Help you to find that ideal client and niche first. Then we'll help you to create a freemium, start generating leads. I'm going to teach you guys how to set up a landing page, the contest form, and the email and text collector. I'll teach you how to set up your Facebook group and the questions. And then how to actually create your 3 months of content to help you grow your list and group fast. And you can register that at builditwithamber.com. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be $297 for that workshop and the coaching call. And otherwise, that's all for now. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday for our training on building your story. So thanks for joining. I appreciate you guys, and have a great day. Bye. Okay.